up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Foles. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
He's not going to get me. Here you go. Check 31, check 31. Joker.
Now Foles. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Foles, he's got the first down and more past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 15 yards on the play, first down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Foles. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area, that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Foles. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 20-yard line. Foles going to come up now 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Defensively, they better figure something out. Opening drive, he already has 4 catches.
And if you have to figure out how to stop him defensively, that usually means you weaken your defense. That means that now the offense is doing the dictating, and they should have other things open up as well. Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Be alert, be alert. 51. Focus, defense, focus.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives.
That's it, baby. Let's go.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. That one good for 33 and a 1st. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now Roethlisberger. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 30.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Muhammad. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Start! 180. Mike Popo. Come on, D. Hey. I got it.
On 2nd and 11 now. Roethlisberger. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Middle. Switch. Whirl. Hey, high 7.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let this go for the... Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. David Moore, 31 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. The fly route works for the TD Brown.
And you know the receivers love to say, if we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they get another shot here with a first and 10. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 2nd down and 4, Roethlisberger. And he's got the hook up to Moore. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out.
Ready? White 80. Hey, watch the slant.
Roethlisberger. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Roethlisberger will throw. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll make it a 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On the carry, it's Muhammad. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Hey, Charlie. 50, Mike 50. Mike 50. Bring it. Bring it. Easy, easy. 44. Mike 50,
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up. Led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level, one of the best players in the game.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. On second down, Armstead. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. And the great veteran Eric Berry back to knock that one away. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a third down and about 9 to go. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down.
Jack 16. 50's a must go.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Taking it about the 16. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. 51's the mic. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Hey.
He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
180. Mike, 44. Come on, baby.
On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Intended for Vance McDonald. Incomplete. Results in a 4th down.
The Steelers send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Let's go.
On third down, here's Samuels. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Now Leonard Fournette. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Foles. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. He'll get this one to Switzer. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
22, 44. Under 10. Double. 10.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. He'll buy some time right. To the right side, and he's got more complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and
10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Keep it up, guys. 56. Mike. 56. Here we go. 56.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcel Darius flies in at 331 pounds for the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of,
well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 32 on the play.
And the Jaguar first down.
They'll look to throw. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pick up there at 20 yards. Fournette, a first down carry. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Foles got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. From 21 yards away, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the fourth. And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, this is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They go again with Muhammad. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
And that's one of the reasons we like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And the Steelers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
36. Say. Hey, echo.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Watch twist. Hey, Silver. Fresno. Shift. Switch it. Protein spill.
They'll try and run some clock with Fournette. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. They'll drop the throw. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Go, go. Let's go.
Here's Foles. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Jaguars on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Begin. Check. Lucky. 13. 55's my guy, 55. Smooth. Penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out?
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Hey, Wahoo! Mike's 50. Watch the run. No spacing. Be ready.
To try again after the sack. Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Easy. Hey, 4 down. Watch 10, watch 10. Watch 10.
4th down. Here's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it, but they've got to continue to move quickly.
Counter on first down, not going to get a whole lot. Maybe a couple. 2nd down coming up. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 15. Check 15.
Here's Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
Set. Black 20. Watch the run. Show that bench release and go.
Back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Push him back. Hey, push him back. Hey, Mike's 50. These 2.
They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Holds on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. But now I'm listening to you. So for the Jags, not much to